Hey guys, it's Christine, also known as IvyWinter. Thank you for joining me for another Disney video. This video is a bit overdue because 2 months ago now, I canceled my annual pass and I wanted to make a video about why. So it's funny because one of the major reasons why is something that I just announced recently. And so I guess it's better making it now than in August because I would have had to keep that secret quietly to my chest. But I'm gonna go through all of the reasons why I decided to cancel my annual pass. It's a big question that I've gotten from people, especially when August was the deadline for people to cancel. Now, Disney rarely, if ever, lets you walk away from buying an annual pass. Usually that's it, you're locked in. But given everything that has happened this year, they did let annual pass holders decide to cancel and get their money back or keep it and let it be extended. Now, I originally was going to keep it. My plan was just to hold on to it. It got extended to, I think, April originally. I think there might have been an additional extension after I canceled, but it got extended from December to April, and I thought, okay, I think that's reasonable. I might be back by the spring, or maybe even for my birthday in November. But as the months were going by, I realized this is probably not likely. And now that we're sitting in October, I can tell you I'm not going for my birthday in November. I'm glad that I made the decision that I made. But I decided in August, it was like right up against the days that they were like, okay, you need to do this. You've got like 2 more days. And I said, all right, I'm gonna cancel. So I did. And I got my money back, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about what went into that decision for me. So as many of you guys know, I got my annual pass in December of last year, the last time I was in the parks. I bought, I think, a 3-day ticket, and then when I got there, upgraded to an annual pass. I thought for sure I'm gonna use this. You know, Rob's living down in Florida now. I can crash with him when I need to save a little bit of money. I had a trip planned in April. You know, we had the cruise in September, but I was considering tacking on days to the parks. And I assumed I would also probably be back again around November, December again. Clearly not the case with everything going on in the world. So when it came time to think about canceling, it made sense for me. I hadn't been since I got the annual pass in December, and I didn't foresee myself going again for a while. So that was reason number one. I did not feel comfortable enough with how the pandemic was going to make a trip anytime this year. And it was starting to become more and more clear by the time August hit. I was like, I personally do not want to get on a plane and go down there and experience that right now. Now, if I was a local, I might think a little bit differently, but I just wasn't comfortable with the whole process of all that travel. Going from New York area airport to MCO, very busy airports, right? So that in itself was high risk. And then, you know, being in an area with a lot of people. Now, granted, the parks are at capacity of 25%, so it's not the same as a regular day, but it's more people than I see in my regular day-to-day here. Even with me going into the city once in a while for doctor's appointments and all of that, I don't think that I'm bypassing as many people as I would in Magic Kingdom for a day. So that just, I wasn't comfortable yet. And I was like, if I'm not gonna go by December, I'm not 100% sure if I'll go by April, but maybe I will. So I kept going back and forth. The second decision for me was also, you know, partly the ability to get the money back was kind of big for me. I figured, well, I could always cancel, and then if I do want to get another one, you know, I'm paying that small difference. I could put the money aside from the refund and then decide later on to just get a new one, right? Like, it seems kind of like a no-brainer for me because I figured if I wanted to go backwards, like the difference in cost I think was only $200, $300 from what I got refunded. So I was like, I could bite the bullet on that and spend that money if I wanted to get another one. Another reason was, you know, the limitations currently at the parks, to me, didn't make an annual pass worth it anymore. Park reservations are going to be happening through 2022. Now, I was talking about this on the TTA with Rob, and he brought up a good point, because my brain immediately went to, oh gosh, we're only going to be able to go to one park a day all the way through 2022. That's crazy. No park hopping at all? That's nuts. He brought up a good point that just because the reservation system will still exist doesn't mean they can't make changes to it. So it doesn't mean that eventually they can't say, actually, you know what, in late 2021, you know, we're gonna let you reserve 2 parks a day, and you can park hop, but only once, you know, to those 2 parks, whatever. So that's a valid point. But I think right now, as it was with having the annual pass, a big perk for me was park hopping. Again, I know not everyone's into park hopping. Hopping. I know not everyone is into park hopping as part of their, you know, plans. But for personally me, I always park hop. There was rarely a day that I didn't. I actually, my last spring trip, I forced myself to slow down and not park hop. I got a ticket actually between annual passes that was not park hopping, because I wanted to see if I could. I could. I will say that like that experience opened my eyes and made me realize, yeah, I could spend a day in a park and be fine with that. But I prefer park hopping, and that was a big reason why I got the annual pass. Anytime I got the annual pass was like, I know how much I use park hopping. This is gonna save me a lot of money having that already built in. But now that's taken away from me. You know, having less entertainment, having no fireworks, having no parades, like all of those extras to me is, again, you know, built in the cost of my annual pass, right? Like those experiences are what I expect at Disney, and having a lesser than experience to me was not worth having a full price annual pass to pay for that, you know? So that was a big deciding factor as well. Now I do know that they upped some discounts on merchandise for annual pass holders, and that was the only thing that made me go, darn it. You know, I'm not going to be getting that, but if I wasn't going, I really wasn't going to be using it anyway. So, feeling like my annual pass was worth less all of a sudden was another big factor in me canceling. And then the last one that I kind of alluded to in the beginning was, you know, just 2-3 weeks prior, I found out I was pregnant. And then I went, oh my God, I'm not going to Disney pregnant with COVID. Like, I'm not, you know, I was already worried about the pandemic when it was just me, a healthy, you know, 33-year-old who was like, okay, you know, if I get it, I might probably be okay, but do I want to run that risk? And then I was like, oh no, I don't want to go down. Well, one, I don't want to go down during a pandemic when I'm pregnant. That's not something I want to worry about. And 2, well, I'm certainly not going to go even in the spring of next year now, because I'm due in March. Like, I'm not going to be traveling in my last trimester, and especially not in that last few weeks, because you can't fly anyway. And then go to Disney and then feel like you can't even do much because I'd be so pregnant. That was like really when the no-brainer, like, okay, I need to cancel. This makes no sense for me personally to hold on to this ticket. So yes, I did cancel my annual pass for all of those reasons above. I think I still would have done it even if I didn't find out that I was pregnant. But I think that was the thing that pushed me to finally like click the button and do it. And it kind of worked out, because now we have this money back that we can put to baby things, which are very expensive, guys. It's kind of crazy. So that's it. That's why I canceled my annual pass. I would love to know in the comments below. What are you doing? Are you holding on to your annual pass? Did you cancel and get your money back? Are you taking the extension instead? And why? What is the factors that you were weighing when you made this decision? Whether it's a platinum pass, whether it's a, you know, Florida resident pass, I want to know in the comments below, because I find it really interesting to see like what people are thinking about this. If you like this video, like it. If you like me, you should subscribe. I make videos every single week. I do my best to. I have a few videos on the horizon. As I said in my last video, kind of got my energy and my motivation back. So hopefully I can have some more good videos for you the rest of the year, more live streams and all that good stuff. So you should definitely subscribe if you want to watch that. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great rest of the day. Bye.